Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Lips. It's your girl, Miss Mouthy, and this is the Miss Mouthy Podcast. And if you're new and you're tuning into the Miss Mouthy Podcast, welcome. This podcast is all about the narratives and experiences of trans and non binary folks and the allies that love and support us. And I am so happy to be here, like I always say, but I also, it's a little bittersweet because we're coming to the end of Black History Month, you guys. And so, what makes me like, really honored is just how much content I've been able to see on social media as far as like black representation, black empowerment, black collaboration, black creatives, like black everything. So black excellence as well. But one thing with this episode, I really wanted to bring on my guest, but my guest will not be able to make it into the studio today. So we want to send love out to Kai Peterson. Hopefully we can get him on at a later time because I think his story is really impactful and really amazing. But we're gonna pivot. We're gonna pivot lips and we're gonna be able to um rock this thing out. So let's shout out happy third anniversary to our sponsors, the Black Trans Fund. Thank you, Black Trans Fund, for all that you do, not only for the Miss Mouthy podcast, but for all of the orgs and the people that you've been able to support over the course of 3 years. We are appreciative of you. One of the biggest things that I take away is like, what does it mean for BTF to support my work? BTF has been very vital to making something impossible possible. I've noticed how media portrays um black trans women and trans people as a whole, and I don't like it. And I've come to realize that you don't have to be mainstream all the time to get your point off, to get your representation, or to be visible. Just do what you love, and BTF has been a big supporter in seeing my vision, see where I'm trying to go. I want to really archive the history of black trans folks here in America. I also see this thing of erasure as far as like what we really experience, right? And that's a level of people not wanting to take accountability that the harm that they do or say to trans folks and the knowledge and ignorance that they have and bias towards trans folks. So just to be able to be a platform to uplift that makes me feel really good. And I'm just so excited and honored. So shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. Shout out to everybody on YouTube and shout out to everybody on Instagram. Thank y'all for tuning in. And so I just think it's amazing to be able to do this work. And this is the episode that we like to call Black Joy. So I want to talk about centering Black joy and liberation, and specifically, I'm going to have my friend on later because you have to pivot, and my guest wasn't able to make it. So we're going to have someone else come on, an amazing young man who has been vital to me and who I am as a person. And also, I just think it's very important to show allyship, to show when people are really loving on trans women here in this country. So I can't wait till he come on. And also just talk about what blackness look like for both of us. What does joy look like at this current state for all? So that is a question of the day that I encourage all of us to think about is what is joy? What are you currently doing for joy? And how is liberation looking for you? So I got some tea for y'all. I got some tea for y'all. But don't tell nobody I told y'all, right? So one of the biggest things I think y'all should know is that like y'all should go get y'all taxes done. If y'all have not gone to get y'all taxes done, the best place that y'all need to go to is Family First Tax Services. And personally, you can ask for your girl, or you can ask for any of the other workers that's there that's going to do great taxes. And you probably like, Mouthy, why is taxes so important? One of the biggest things for me personally is that I recognize how um taxes, especially for trans people, if you're don't have the proper documentation, it is scary to actually want to do those things and let people see your documents. So come, I'll take care of you. It's okay if your documentation is a little different. But you're just gonna come on and just do a great time. And so um Also, shout out to my girl, Latricia Mayon. She is giving away a prom dress to one lucky young lady that is hi, some young, lucky young lady that is going to be able to get a great prom dress. And so, in collective, she has prizes that equal up to $3,500. And so, where are they doing that at? So, if you know a young lady that's deserving of a prom dress, please, please, please email her or hit her DM. But I'll share the link on my social media where y'all can be able to go. But the prom dress looks amazing. Hi, Dwayne. The prom dress is amazing. It's so beautiful. Shout out to all the people who are stepping up and stepping in. So it's Latricia made the dress. We have a young lady that's going to do the beautiful decorations for the prom send off. We also have Trio Visuals doing a prom photo shoot right there. And we also have um myself, I'm giving $250 away, cash to put it towards whatever she may need for that day. So, um, think of a paragraph, nominate a lady, send it to her, or nominate yourself if you feel like you have some type of hardship. Tell your story and really like go have a great night because we understand that sometimes prom can be very expensive for folks, and not everybody is having the privilege to be able to just go to prom the way they want to. So this is a way that I feel like my homegirl gives back and support her community. So shout outs to you for doing such a great thing. Um, so yes, boom. Why is it so important in this time of age to think about? Sometimes I think about when I'm sitting at home, like people get mad that the issues around black liberation comes up often, but to be in a time where I've seen the aftermath of slavery, I have seen how blackness shows up still to this day to segregate folks, um, and how people always give up the conversation of not wanting to own how biased they're being to black folks. Like we're still in a time where we're seeing first black a lot of things. Black actresses, black actors, Olympians, and it's just like we're not there yet. Like there is something that's still holding people back from allowing black people to show up fully and give the same opportunity that everybody else face. So, one of the biggest things I think is now in Black History Month, not only are we making strides and headway, but come on in. You can come in. Hi. Hey. I was like, what is that happening? Am I hearing something right? Hi. Yes, come sit right here, Pooh. Okay. Hi, everybody. My friend here that I was telling y'all about. He's super amazing and wonderful. Yes. Thank you for coming. No, yes, you're going to put them headphones on. Okay. Yes. Yay!
What a surprise.
Okay, and you're gonna talk into this microphone like that.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And then if you ever want to have eye contact with them, you're gonna look right there into the camera. All right. So my wonderful guest is here in the building, and I was just like talking about Black History Month and blackness and why it's so important. Um, but this is my friend Josh. For y'all who do not know, I think he is super, super amazing. I'm gonna let him introduce himself to the people. Period. You done came to the Miss Mouthy podcast.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so let the people know.
Listen, I've always wanted to be a part of Miss Mouthy. I've been knowing Raquel for a long time now, and literally, she's like one of my favorite people.
Well, you are one of my favorite people. Okay? So tell the people what it is that you do. Just in general.
So what I do right now is for over the past like maybe a year or so, I've been kind of laying low, and driving trucks and stuff like that. But mainly my passion is like helping people. And so like a couple years ago, I tapped into real estate, and I was in real estate and stuff like that. And now I'm tapping into real estate in a different way. I was doing wholesaling, but now have and obtain that license.
Yes, and I love that for you.
Yes.
That's legit.
So, before investors, You know what I'm saying? Like those shitty homes. And it was a quick, easy sale, but now I'm tapping into obviously obtaining my license. So when it comes to that, it's more so selling like turnkey homes to like first time home buyers,
Okay.
families, things like that. So
Okay. Wonderful.
yeah.
So in the spirit of Black History Month, one, what has been or who has been a Black person who you always like admired or looked up to or just like always did for your school book report?
Got you. So one person that I've always looked up to for years, and I might get a little backlash for this because of
Oh Lord.
recently, like
Let me
he's
go
not
ahead.
been in the spotlight, but it's been Will Smith.
Oh, I like that for you.
Will Smith, my God, Will Smith is like I wish he was my dad.
Okay, okay.
You
What
know,
qualities about Will Smith do you enjoy?
the qualities about Will Smith that I enjoy is that he never literally gives up on his number one goal. So,
Mm.
like, Will Smith says a lot. He says, never have a plan B because it only distracts you from plan A. And
Hey.
I literally live by that. Like, plan A is the way to go. You can't go anywhere else but plan A.
Yeah.
If plan A doesn't work out, make a way for plan A to work out.
Yeah.
So, that's the biggest thing that I got from Will Smith, period.
You know, and that's the thing. Like in this business industry with Mouthy, it's just doing this when something happened, like a guest not coming on and you have to pivot or something, like it's plan A. Like I was like, the easiest route is to always cancel and just say, you know what, I'm gonna give up. Nobody's coming, so forget it. But you can't because you like excited to be here. You wanted to do
Exactly.
this. So no,
You just literally did that today.
yeah,
You
yeah,
just did that
literally.
today.
You got to think quick, y'all. Y'all got to think. Don't get discouraged. Shit is gonna happen, but you have to push forward.
I
So,
swear. Oh my goodness. That's literally what happened today.
what do you love about being Black?
What do I love about being Black? I'm different.
Mm.
Um, specifically Black and gay,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
I'm different. Like I'm two types of different.
Okay,
You know
let
what
the
I'm
people know because
saying?
they may not understand what you mean when you say different. Different.
I'm not like the rest. You know what I'm saying? I'm different, and when you're different, you have the ability to walk into a room and everyone's looking at you like you're different. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah, Raquel, you tell me about
yeah,
that all the time. How do
yeah.
you, when you walk up into somewhere, how do you feel?
I do. I feel like a golden, no, a diamond platinum or encrusted unicorn that's just like something that's so shiny and
Yep.
everybody's staring at and you be like,
Yes. Everybody's staring at you.
yeah, like it's like at first when you're not able to hold that confidence, it's intimidating and you get insecure, like why everybody's staring at me.
Yes.
But really not recognizing that your power is commanding the whole room.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And also a lot of Black people carry a lot of stereotypes as well.
yeah,
So when you are different and you walk into a group of people, right, they don't know what type of Black person, quote unquote Black
yeah.
person that you are, because there is a lot of stereotypes when it comes to us. And so when they start to talk to you, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Obviously I stand out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people carry a lot of stereotypes and they think that I'm this type of person. And then, when they start talking to me like, oh yeah, this guy actually is pretty
Yeah.
smart. This guy talks pretty well. This
Ain't that
guy,
kind of crazy? Like they
yeah,
expect Black people to be like so dumb,
yeah,
so uneducated, not articulate, and then when they
exactly.
talk to you, they like, "Oh my
Holy,
god,
I
yeah,
was not expecting that.
give him a trophy. You
I
can
swear
talk."
to God, I remember one white person said, "Why do you talk so white?" It's just like, do I really talk white or do I talk educated?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
like, what? You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of being different.
yeah. Because like for me, like code switching is something that's exhausting for me,
Yes.
but also very. I realized how needed it was without nobody ever having a conversation about what code switching was.
Uh-huh.
So it was like I can be that roundaway girl because I just love it and it innately
Yeah.
come from myself. But also you can be that same girl that's educated and holding a seminar or sitting on a panel or hosting a podcast. And it's just like you just have to be real versed, but also recognizing that there's no right or wrong way to show up who you are or the way
Exactly.
you communicate.
Mm.
Period. So,
Ooh, ask me another question. I like this.
Okay.
I like this. This is
So
good.
so so growing up, right?
Okay.
You said being a different type of gay. How did you find yourself navigating through the Black community? Because we often know that Black community is not accepting of, especially masculine gay males. So, what challenges did you face while growing up, coming out into your identity?
So when it comes to that, like let's let me just set the record straight. Black I never had a dad really.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, with not having a dad, and then also growing up in the Black community, I never really experienced the mature Black older masculinity,
Okay. Okay.
if that makes sense. I don't
Like
know if that
like
makes
the
sense.
Uncle Phil's of the world, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So whenever I would come across like an older Black guy, like an uncle, or an elderly person that is Black, or whatever the case, I would feel kind of awkward. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Because I've never experienced that.
Right.
On top of experiencing, because I moved out at 17 years old, so it
Okay.
was 17 and some months, whatever. But I experienced the gay world, or the gay scene early. I experienced women, things like that. But
Yeah.
when it comes to these Black men, I never experienced it, so it would be kind of awkward. So I would always try to look for my quote unquote dad in these men.
Mm,
You
mm.
know what I'm saying? And it's just like one of those things where like it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because it's a good thing. It's like, who would I want to be my dad? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I can experience this person, this person, this person. Obviously, I've always looked up to people like Will Smith, stuff like that. But also, it's awkward because I don't know how to communicate with these type of people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, how should I talk? How should my body language be? Things like that.
Yeah.
So it was a little different for me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So growing up, I know for at a very young age at 5, I kind of had an idea of what woman I was going to grow up to be. I don't know how, I don't know why, but did you have an idea growing up as a young boy to what type of man you wanted to become?
I Before 18, I did not know.
Okay.
When I turned 18, I felt like my purpose was hovering over me. I
Okay.
didn't know exactly what it was, but I enjoyed helping people. So the what was that question one more time?
So growing up, how did you feel like you did you know what kind of man you wanted to be? Like I knew, even though I didn't know what trans was at 5, even though I knew that people were telling me everything I've done was wrong, I knew I was going to be this woman. Like I don't know how, like I don't know, but I knew. So growing up, you know how like um you just know the males around you or the older men in your life is examples of what you don't want to be. Did you have an idea when you were younger, like, when I grow up, I'm going to be a man of integrity or I'm going to be a great father? Because oftentimes I hear Black men who don't have fathers say that, like, I'm going to be everything that my child wasn't. And then subsequently, they become the exact same of their father.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you for answering
Hmm.
that. I I know. So the I want to be the person that actually that helps people, period, right?
Hmm.
Obviously, I want to be a great dad.
Yeah.
I did not have that great quote unquote dad. So I want to be that dad for sure. And I want to teach my child that they can come to me for whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the ultimate like hero parent. That's who I want to be. Obviously, discipline and stuff like that, but I
Oh,
don't want my kid to hate me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want them to come to me for whatever, because I've never had that. So that's one. Two, I want to help people. I love, love, love humanity.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love humanity.
I
And
know.
growing up, I've always experienced, like, I've experienced a lot of people that did not like humans as much as I did. So, I definitely want to do my part in the community, put as much as I can as far as like information, helping them grow, things like that.
Right.
And then also like my ultimate goal is to build like mentalities,
Yeah.
because for the longest I was at a very, very, very low part of my life when it comes to like mental. Like
Hmm.
I would think very negatively of myself, very low. Went through a lot of stress, and obviously a lot of people can say the same thing, but you know, I'm 27 years old now, and I feel like I am on the right track,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like I have grown a lot, and I still have a lot to go. But when it comes to, you know, the 17-year-old boy, the 18-year-old boy, the 19, 20
Right.
growing up, it's like right now, if you look at it, like it's pretty fucked up in the world. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Especially with the community. I want to be that person that comes in and show those young black boys, especially like those young LGBT black boys,
Mm-hmm.
right? That are even in the closet, that there is hope. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to necessarily always, you don't have to be in the closet, but if you want to be in the closet, that's fine, whatever the case may be, but there is hope for you to
Yeah.
make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like to make it.
That's
It's
so
it's
important.
especially out of this negative mentality that they might be carrying from
Yeah.
like their childhood or whatever trauma that they went through. There is hope,
Yeah,
even
because
though at the end of the
the one
tunnel.
thing I've noticed about a lot of black young boys growing up is that I know I got policed a hell of a lot growing up, but like if you don't if you don't show exhibits of femininity, right, and you're like this hyper masculine guy, it becomes harder when you're younger when you have the same attraction
Yes.
because people can't see it, people
Yeah.
can't read it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm glad that you said that, to
Yeah.
be that person for people who might be struggling with that, because it's like ultimately, yes, you may not know what I'm attracted to because of how I look. I could
Yeah.
be cocky and enjoy
Yeah.
sports and all those things.
Yeah.
What you like does not take away from your manhood. And I think a lot of young black boys need to know that.
Yeah, that toxic masculinity that their parents or whomever that's been leading them since they were a child, it's that they feel like they have to carry into
Yeah.
the world, and it's they don't have to. They can be whoever they want to be. You know, obviously I know a lot of people say that, but you can literally be
Whatever.
whoever you want to be. Like that
Legit.
person that you dream about, that person that you think about. Like I'm talking about that person that nobody has ever seen,
Hmm.
right? You in a room alone, whether you are masculine, cocky, bald headed as hell, but in the room shaking your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can be that person on the outside
Per.
world as well.
Okay, so let's go back 6 years ish.
Oh,
Yeah, when me and you first met, I like to throw this. I like to call this a mouthy moment.
I don't like that
Oh,
person.
oh. So I didn't like her either. Okay, but I'm talking about the introduction of me and you. When me and you first met, right?
Okay.
Um, I don't know if I was necessarily the first trans person you come across in your life, but what was your first initial thought of me when you first met me?
Okay, so let me answer that. You were the first trans person that I ever met in my life.
Okay.
And when we met, obviously we met through a group of friends or whatever like that. And ain't calling no names or anything.
No more name calling this year.
Yes, we
Okay.
ain't doing no name calling. Look, I've already
I learned my lesson. Okay.
yes. Okay, but you were the first trans person that I've ever experienced on a personal level,
Okay.
right? Obviously I've seen trans people, in the world, but as on a personal level, you were the first one. And when I first seen you, I'm like, it's like, who's that? I was like, who is that? I asked my friend at the time. He was like, oh, that's Raquel. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I said, okay, Raquel. You
Uh-huh.
know what I'm saying? And oh my goodness, Raquel,
We've come a long way. I remember when I met JJ, I was like, who, he is too cocky and arrogant for me. Like, I'm not, who this nigga think he is? Like, um, but in that same breath, I was like, he's so alluring. Like, I was like, you a Libra, aren't you? And he was like,
Ooh,
yeah, how you know? And I was
yeah,
like, yeah, I know a Libra. You
yes.
act just like one.
Yes, definitely. You know, it's crazy. Like I used to be so ignorant when it comes to trans people.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my mom. My mom, she probably would hate when I say this, but she was like, I don't date anybody like that, right? And I was just telling her like, no, I don't think so.
Right.
Blah blah blah. They scare me.
Mm.
They scare. It was just This girl don't scare me.
Yeah. But
You know
that's
what
a
I'm saying?
real
Like,
thing.
because when I started talking to you and you started opening up, and then I started getting into conversation, and just like we are in conversation right now, we got deep.
Yeah.
We can always get deep when it comes
Yeah.
to conversation. And I felt like you are like one of the like first people that I feel completely comfortable
Comfortable
with,
with. Yeah.
having these conversations, and we can talk about anything,
Same.
any damn
Same.
thing. You know what I'm saying?
And you met me at my lowest. Like
Oh
you
yeah,
met me post literally out of my
right,
breakup.
right after the
Yeah,
breakup.
with my child's father.
Yes,
And it was just like,
man.
oh, the journey and to see where we are today is just like that is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I love the person who you've grown into. I loved you then because I feel like we were both low vibrational, so we could love
Yeah.
each other at that
Yeah.
low point.
Yeah.
But like now that we have grown so much, it's just like, oh, okay. Like I respect and honor that. But what does it mean to like necessarily know that at some point you knew a person like myself scared you and now you have all this love and admiration for a person like myself?
Well, I was very traditional, like mindset type
Yeah.
thing. So when it comes to a traditional mindset, because I did live one point of time a tradition, I did have a traditional mindset. Anything different, especially out of the ordinary, is scary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I meant by, oh, they scare me. It's
Mhm.
because I never experienced them. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know that saying, don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
I did a lot of knocking.
I never tried it.
I
Okay.
did a lot of knocking, right? And when I actually knocked, it felt good.
Yeah.
So, when I did experience you for the first time and talking to you and getting to know you more, especially over the years, it's been the best thing ever.
Yeah, same. So I feel like that's how allyship started. Like you may not necessarily know how to be an ally or why you want to be an ally, but when you find a close connection with a trans person and you see the humanness in a person just for who they are, not what parts they get, who they attracted to, what they look like, just on a human base, it changes how you can show up for somebody. Cause
Exactly.
now every time like bet nobody even like blink wrong in my direction because then JJ like what?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I get
So
offended real quick.
yeah.
Absolutely. But I'm glad that you said that. But also, I want to put on the record, like I hate these damn titles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a trans person,
Yeah.
a gay person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's just like, why can't a person just be a person outside of whatever the hell they are?
You know why? Because society will not allow you to forget. No different than being black, right? They want to know what kind of black, what shade of black. Are you the ghetto black, the Christian black? And the reality is like we are who we are, but if it helps you to process me through a label, then that's one thing. But in today's society, I've noticed so many people live their lives by a title, right? Like, yes, I identify with trans. I take pride in being trans, building this platform, talking about trans, but it took me a long time to get to this point.
Right.
I was terrified to do that. Every time I say the word trans, I'm always outing myself and not
Mm-hmm.
knowing what the outcome may be, not knowing what it may look like, because everybody ain't gonna fuck with it. Everybody ain't gonna be receptive to it, and that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But navigating that is like, okay, well, you may not like it, but this is who I am, and I'm bringing all of me. Like, if there was a level of, like, no different than I switch it when I'm in a room full of white people. I'm so pro black and I'm saying everything black and bringing my black experience,
Absolutely. Let me
So,
put all my black shit on.
so always being around people who don't have trans experience,
Yeah.
I always either are forcefully ask questions that make me uncomfortable, or I just have to know I'm in this space and I gotta own my shit because you're not about to erase me. You know?
That's how I feel about straight people.
Yeah.
I just love being like real, real, real. Actually, look, I'm not a gay flamboyant person, right?
But
But
nothing wrong with it.
right, right, and nothing wrong with that either. That's just who I am. But I
Yeah.
just love, like, when I'm around a whole bunch of straight people, I love like showing them that I'm gay.
Can we really believe? Okay, can we really have a conversation?
Okay, come on.
Do you believe
Wait,
in
hold
sexual?
on. We having a conversation. You said I can drink with you.
I did. And then the drinks is in the other room. You want to go pour us a shot or something?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll carry the conversation till you come back. So go get us a shot out the other room.
At the other room? It's
yeah.
in the other room?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it's easily for me to see.
Yeah, you got it. So when JJ come back with our shot, we are going to play a game. But one of the biggest things why I value him, why I value him so much as my friend is because we have had a lot of ups and downs as far as like conversations around identity, having conversations around like what does it mean to really like be a woman. One of the biggest things was him understanding that women could be multifaceted. Like we are not just whatever y'all tell us to be. So, to still have a friendship after all of these years where he's gone on my journey with me, especially at my lowest, and to see me bounce back and thrive and be here today. And what people fail to realize is to live past your life expectancy. Like that, he'll never know that that was a thing, but that meant something to me. Like for my friend to see, oftentimes they put things on trans folks as far as like our demise when not understanding we deserve to live full, thank you, full and like joyful lives. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, you had got the real. All right, do.
That one's that's liquor.
Okay. So, do you want to play a game with me, JJ?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, sure.
Okay, wonderful.
All right, let me get together.
Get situated. Okay.
Yeah, that hat was too much.
Okay. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I hate when you do that though.
So wait.
So what we cheers into?
We're cheersing to we're cheersing to the next week and a half or so. I take my real estate exam.
Okay, period to that.
Yeah,
because you're gonna pass.
We're gonna take that exam
and we're gonna
cheers
pass
for that. Exactly, we're gonna pass for sure. Mm.
Oh, you ain't right for that. Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh,
hopefully I can drive tonight.
I hope so too.
Drive back home.
All right. So we not encourage drinking and driving by no means.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, guys. I got an Uber coming.
Period. And the and game, right? This is the friend edition. Let's go. And I feel like you know a lot about me in such a short amount of time. And that speaks volumes to like how people want to experience you.
Okay. So I'll just read this card. How does this game go?
So I feel like we could write our own rules, but I would say you can ask me a question, you can answer it for yourself, or you could just pose it to me, however you want to do it.
Okay, cool. It says, when was the last time I misunderstood you and why?
Oh.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you this question.
Okay.
I know
the answer.
I know what you about to say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And wait, can I have an exclamation on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
No. After you get done.
All right.
Okay, cool. Because I don't want everybody to help. Like I don't want everybody to think that I hate Miss Mouthy. Or, you know
no,
your fans is on here. I'm on your shit.
No,
okay,
so we
can't. All right, cool.
No, so this the thing. I was kind of prepping them for this. That's so funny that you got that question. But
okay.
I was talking about how women could be multifaceted.
Okay.
And the biggest misunderstanding I felt like JJ had with me was the sensuality, like not the sexuality, but the sensuality of a woman. Sometimes women really love to embrace our curves and our bodies because we're so heavily influenced by it when the world tell us what we should look like. But it's another thing when you personally own it. So like anybody who know me know I love lingerie. I love being risque. I like putting up my little pictures.
Yep.
And so me and JJ had a disagreement not only about myself, but Megan Thee Stallion. And and it was just like I feel like he understood that what he see in pictures, because we experience social media and we take that for face value, right? Like you see a photo of somebody and you clearly make a discernment on what type of person that is, without even knowing their whole story. So JJ was just like, bitch, why you keep putting all these like sexy ass pictures up? Like you don't want to be perceived like no hoe, do you?
Honestly, I believe that. Were you done? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
Okay, I believe honestly I was worse than that. I chose worse words.
Yeah, I was giving y'all the light version.
I was one of those. I felt like I was like one of those like heterosexual people that were like really judgy. But I
Mhm.
happen to be gay, and I was really judgy when it came to trans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I have to say it. You know, like I was that gay boy that felt entitled of a trans woman.
People don't talk about that. There is so
I
many.
definitely was. I definitely
There is
was.
so many gay men that are very volatile to trans women because we have so much admiration for y'all that we like respect everything that y'all say. And
Yeah.
even though we know y'all not sexually attracted to us, as a man coming from a woman experience, we honor everything that y'all say. So
Come on.
gay men, regardless to them being gay, it's just that when you say something to a trans woman, it hits home. It hits
Yes, it does.
something in her, whether it's the way she looked, the
Come on.
way she talk, act, like we internalize that because we're in a pivotal place. We're
Yes.
transitioning to become this person that we ultimately want to be. So if somebody who we love and respect say a critical thing, now you can't get it out.
Yes.
Have you ever had somebody say something to you that you
Oh,
replay a million times in your
come
head?
on now. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. And honestly, I'm looking into the camera right now. Gay men, specifically gay black men, we have to work on that.
Yeah.
We have to work on not attacking or offending or whatever any negativity when it comes to black trans women and black trans men, period.
Period.
Absolutely, we
I love
have to
that for
work on
you.
that. We
Thank you.
have to work on that because when it comes, like, you have to think about it. Like, at first it was let's go back then, you know what I'm saying? At first it was black and white, right? Black was oppressed,
Yeah.
right? When it comes to now, it goes well, let's fast forward. It went from what, black to black and gay,
Mm-hmm.
black and gay oppressed.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that black and gay is still not oppressed. I'm not saying that blacks are not oppressed, but when it comes to our community, right? And it comes to like this straight, I'm sorry, this gay boy or this gay girl versus the trans world, right? Who's really at the bottom?
Yeah. And I don't want to play like, oppression Olympics, but it is important to recognize that like a lot of people, what I've noticed with gay men in my experience is gay men get mad at me because there will be a heterosexual cis man that treats my womanhood so impeccable to a cis woman and they want that same benefit.
They want the same.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like, I can't make him open the door for you. I can't make him like see your femininity. And even if he do, he may not respect it because he see a man. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
definitely.
So that for me, I'd be like, y'all gotta stop that. Like even the attractionality. So like if a man is attracted to me, he may not be attracted to you. And that's okay. Like
Yes.
that is okay. You can't
Hmm.
you can't fault that.
Definitely, 100%. Now, and another thing is when it comes to like gay men and trans people, like, we have to, as gay men or gay whoever, like, we have to stop like judging.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like one thing is like you already got judged from the white man, you got judged from the black man as well for
Yeah.
being gay.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? You already getting punched like a lot of different times. Just think about you punching somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? How do you expect somebody to understand you when you don't even understand somebody else?
And then it's the violence. It's the violence that gay men want to inflict on trans women that is not being talked about. Like, you should not want to be so quick to fight me or attack me,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that black trans women death rates and mortality rates is so high. Like, no,
Crazy.
I expect that if we in community or if we in shared space, that I'm safe. Like, I don't expect you to be the person who want to boo boo me too. Okay.
Exactly. 100%.
So, what do you think is my mission in life?
What do I think your mission is in
Yeah.
life? Your mission in life, honestly, is similar to mine.
Mhm.
And that is to inspire people. That is to grow people. And whatever type of person that I'm talking about, you are trying to grow.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? I know you get a lot of hate, Miss Mouthy.
I do.
I
I
know
do.
you do. But the thing is, I think that you are intentionally trying to hurt people. What I think you are intentionally trying to do, you are trying to grow them.
Yeah.
And this is exactly you done a lot for the community already.
Thank you.
You absolutely have. I mean, like, not only gave fucking a lot of money, excuse my language,
No, you
but
can cuss.
you have not only gave a lot of money, which I hope I'm one of those people.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking. But listen, you have already gave a lot of money, but not only money, you have gave people opportunity.
Thank you.
You have gave people like hope that they actually can be people. And I know that I get a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
You get a lot of backlash. I understand that, but I know that your ultimate goal is to help a person, another person, regardless of whatever the damn title is,
Right.
whether they're trans, whether they're straight, gay, purple, black, it don't goddamn matter.
Yeah.
You want to help humanity, and
Yeah.
that's the most beautiful thing about you.
Same. Thank you so much. I think what I realized too is like how valuable some relationships are, like how some people are. Like you came, like when we had our little distance and then we had that sit down and we had dinner, it was like nothing had ever changed. Okay.
Are you talking about at Buffalo Wild
Yes.
Wings?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Buffalo Wild Wings. Absolutely. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go
And
ahead.
and the one thing I really realized was that we share a lot of the same values and morals. We just have different experiences.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and so one thing I appreciate is that you always take accountability for self. Like you always take accountability. That is like the epitome of manhood to me is when a man can say, you know what, I was wrong. Let me rectify this. And we move forward. And I just value that so much. So
Yes.
but your mission in life is the same. I think that you are really going to do something great for black young men. Like you're going to do something phenomenal for black men in general because sometimes you don't get to be that role model. Like I didn't see the version of myself when I was growing up,
Yeah.
but now I can be that version of myself to someone else that could be looking up to me, you know?
Absolutely.
So, and everybody's not your tribe. I've recognized
Absolutely.
everybody is not your tribe.
Nope.
You get one king and you get one queen. Okay,
Absolutely.
period.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And speaking of helping black men, that's my ultimate goal. I mean, like, I'm obviously not putting anybody else, but anybody,
Right, right.
anybody.
But
Like,
in the
I
spirit
swear
of
to
Black
God,
History Month,
look,
everything black.
everything black, right? I am literally learning so much, and I'm trying to become so much to teach. It's not to hold it all in. Like, I'm trying to teach and I'm trying to grow, specifically the community. Okay, there is not a lot of people that in the community that owns real estate. Okay, and my goal is to teach people about real estate and how important it is to own property,
Yeah.
not only property but business. Okay, when you own your principal residence, that's your principal residence. I'm not let's not talk about principal residence. I'm talking about investments. All
Mhm.
right, I'm talking about buying a property and putting a damn tenant in it and buying multiple.
Yeah.
That's where I want to teach the community,
Period.
because a lot of, obviously, the whites, they dominated it. And I don't even like to talk about this shit because I love white people. I
Yeah.
love all people,
Okay.
right? I love all fucking
I
people.
know that,
But
JJ.
and I'm not even only talking about black people, because when it comes to Detroit and Atlanta and things like that, a lot of black people own real estate as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Investment, not principal, but
Yeah.
investment, right? I'm talking about specifically in the community, the LGBT community. I want to see more LGBT people owning
Um,
owning shit.
I could believe that. I could believe that.
Absolutely, 100%. And that is my goal. Like, I'm trying to do that. I'm
You're
trying to
going to
teach
do
people
that.
that.
You're going to do
I'm
that.
gonna do that. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
love you, Miss Mouthy.
I love you more.
I'm gonna do that.
You're going to do that.
Absolutely, for sure. Okay, so next question.
Yeah, this going to be our last question and
Okay,
then we're gone.
okay, okay. So when do you come to me for help instead of your other friends?
Oh, I feel like JJ, I come to you all the time when it comes to well, one, I'll be real. I
Okay.
come to you a lot about sex questions because
Uh-huh.
even though I'm very sensual and sexual, I don't have a lot of experience, right? Like
Are you
I
saying you're kind of boring?
yeah, I'm very traditional. I'm very like,
Ah,
and it's not by choice, but I think it's about like access, right? Like by the time I grew into the woman I wanted to become, I was way older. Like
uh-huh.
it don't make sense to like
Miss Muffy, I don't know if I'm okay with you. You know, you said you come to me with a lot of sex questions as if I'm some type of sex guru. I, Miss Muffy, now what you
well,
trying to do? What is this turning
no, I'm
into?
not saying that. What I'm saying is, I just think you have experiences that I have not had. You
Oh,
have a level of openness that
okay,
I'm waking up to, right? Like
okay,
so I live by curiously through you.
okay.
Um, but also really I talk to you about what I'm most vulnerable about.
Yes, you do.
And yeah,
Yes, you
like
do.
my vulnerabilities is always safe with you. Like I feel whenever I'm feeling some type of way and I don't know if anybody else will understand me, I literally give it to you because I know like I don't know, you just have this way of reassuring me like my feelings, let me
Mm-hmm.
know that like
Yeah.
it's okay to feel that way, but also you share another vulnerability and people don't understand that when you open yourself up to be vulnerable to somebody, I don't want a bitch just taking a notepad and she just scratching on it, writing down, making memos.
Yeah.
No, like I would want to exchange vulnerability so I can know that like as a human, we all share this kind of experience and this feeling and thought process. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Same question for you.
Okay, so when it comes to you, what do I
When do you come to
what
me?
do I come to you for? I honestly I come to you for things that I lit like I don't think any other person can
Mhm.
understand.
Okay.
And I know that sounds kind of broad and that can be anything,
Yeah.
right? But that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's because you are so understanding and when it comes to anything you try to put your shoes I mean sorry you try to put yourself in my shoes to try to understand,
Yeah.
and that's the most beautiful thing about coming to you is
Yeah.
because you try to literally understand. So that's why I come to you with pretty much literally anything.
Yeah.
I sometimes feel like Miss Mouthy is my goddamn counselor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she has so much valuable information. It's like she is a counselor. Did you go to school secretly? You didn't you never
No.
went to school
I went
or
to school for art. I was supposed to be a science major, but I had to graduate a semester
well, let me
early.
tell you something. She knows human
Yeah.
beings and she knows the mind. And I think a lot of her feedback when I do come to her comes based off experience because knowing Miss Mouthy, I'm not sure if you guys have heard her story, but she has been through a number of emotions, and obviously she couldn't do at the time with dealing with those emotions she couldn't do anything but learn how to deal with them.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that you learned how to deal with them,
Thank you.
right? And you overcame them. And I feel over the years you've grown so much wisdom, and that's why I come to you. You know what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying? Because you honestly have been through a lot than most people. So that's exactly why I come to you. And I'm like,
Oh,
Ms. Mouthy, help me
yeah.
right now, right? You know what I'm saying? So yes, definitely.
Thank you, JJ. Same settlement. So this is a token of my appreciation for just not only being a great human being, but being a great friend of mine. So that's for you.
I don't normally get gifts.
Well, you do now.
I don't know how to feel about this.
We gonna let him process his feeling. Um, but no. So what I like to do at the end of every episode is have.
It's the end.
Yeah, I know, right? Like an hour go by so fast. But
Oh my god.
we gonna have you back because I'm gonna start doing my after dark segments,
Hold
and
on,
then we're
after dark. Hold on.
yeah, so we're gonna
Let me get closer to the microphone.
you do. We're
After
gonna
dark.
we're gonna have real conversations after dark.
All right,
Um,
for sure.
but um, I just appreciate even you showing up in a
Yeah.
time where I needed to pivot, and just shows
Yeah.
how loyal and dedicated and just honor you are. Like when if you fuck with me and I fuck with you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but pearls of wisdom to a young black boy growing up who may be having challenges about who he is. What would you say to him?
Oh my goodness. That black boy that's out there right now, I know you're confused. That black boy out there right now, I know you're probably doing anything to make it. You're trying to impress whoever. You're trying to make whatever happened happen. You're trying to do whatever you can to succeed. I understand you. It might be confusing right now, but there is a light on the end of the tunnel. Like on some real shit. I know you probably have heard that a million and one time, but let me tell you something. There is a lot of information in this world that you just haven't obtained yet. You will get to. You will get to it. You will get to that information. Trust me. You just have to trust that inner being in the world. God, if I may. Jesus, however you look at this thing, right? There is hope that you will get to wherever the hell you want to be. You just have to faith. You have to have faith that
Period.
you would make it. You have to have belief that you would make it. Just like a lot of people believe in religion or whatever the hell they believe in, you have to believe in yourself that you will make it and just keep going and going and going and going. I know that it might be hard as hell right now. It might be a motherfucking dog shit right now. Like you might not even think that you are about to make it in tomorrow. But let me tell you something. If you do make it in tomorrow, that is evidence that you will make it to whatever the hell you have dreamed about. Okay, just think about that. Make it into tomorrow, you will make it to the next step. And when you make it to the next step, you will make it to the next step after that, and after that, and after that, and after that. So just keep moving, keep believing, keep having faith. Whatever the hell you have to do, it's not over.
Okay.
Okay. Everything happens for you. It doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. Okay. Learn the lesson. Everything that happens is a lesson. Learn within the lesson. Once you learn a lesson, keep going. Learn a lesson and keep going. Okay.
Period.
Don't repeat the same thing. Okay.
And to my
Absolutely.
young black girls,
Come
from
on, black
around the
women.
world. Okay,
Come
yes.
on, black women.
So for all my black young girls, keep your crown up.
Yep.
Keep knowing that your presence here in this world is necessary and vital. You move, you literally move the whole world with just you being in it. Okay. So know that no matter what they say about you, how you look, those things are surface. Your heart, your integrity, how you care for people, how you love on yourself. Listen, how you love on yourself will be the most
Self.
self love will be the most vital tool to you at this vulnerable stage in your life. Not social media, not the advice from a friend or a family member, but the way that you experience yourself. Love on yourself like no one else can, because nobody else should be able to love you in a greater capacity. And with that being said, it's your girl, Miss Mouthy. Even when you what? Don't see me, you hear me. Till next
Ah.
time. Bye.